welcome to DJ Realty Solutions. Today's open house is very special. This is officially my first show coming to you live from one of my listings in Bloomfield Hills. I'm going to give you the why and the what behind my show, and then I'm going to move on and give you some tips and tricks that'll help you with your house. The why for me is I wanted to be like everyone else and believed in the American dream of home ownership. So I saved a lot of money. I found a broker slash realtor who I knew, and then I started looking for a house. This was before the big crash in about '08, '09, so I thought, everything was fine. I was pre-approved for more than I could afford, but I thought, hey, the banks know what they're doing, so this is a house that I'm going to have. We get to the closing table, and the bank was like, your first mortgage is for X amount of dollars. And then she went on to say, your second mortgage is for X amount of dollars. And you may be thinking, this is strange, and that's the same thing that I did. What happened was I had two mortgages because the bank overqualified me. But I thought, hey, I'm working full time, I can afford this. This is what you have to do to sacrifice to get a home. Well, I moved in, and a couple of months later, wouldn't you know it, I was laid off. What happened after I was laid off, I received unemployment, which wasn't enough to cover my mortgage. So I called the bank and was like, well, there's been a downturn in the economy. I've been laid off from my teaching profession. What can I do to try to save my home? Now, this is before any of the programs came out that were helping homeowners. Like I said, this is right at the cusp of the big boom. And the bank was like, well, Mr. Johnson, there's nothing that we can do. You're going to either have to pay this amount of money or sell your home. And I thought to myself, well, where am I going to go? Do I have to move back home? Do I have to get an apartment? I had been in apartments most of my adult life, and I didn't want to go back to that. So I went home and talked to my parents, and they said, well, you can always move back home. I was defeated. I was depressed. And I thought then that I'm not going to let this happen to me again. But not to be selfish, I'm not going to let this happen to you. This is the purpose of my show, Open House. It's going to be my focus to give you the view from the mortgage end of it. I'm a realtor as well, so I'm going to have that aspect on my show as well. What I'm going to do is interview some people in your community, in the surrounding communities of Michigan, because as you know, we're in the upsweep right now. Detroit is back. It's not a comeback city. It's already back. Other cities are coming back and are holding their value as well. You don't know what's out there unless someone shows you, and I feel that it's my job to show you. This journey, I hope it's going to be fun for you as it has been for me. We're going to learn a lot. I'm going to challenge you, though. I used to be a school teacher, so you're going to have homework at the end of each show that I'm going to challenge you to do. Some homework will be easy. Some will be a little more difficult. You got to self-assess where you are in your finances. I know that we don't like to talk about money as a society, but it's forefront if you want to own a home, and more importantly, keep that home. Let me be your cautionary tale. Don't go into it blindly thinking that other people have your back. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You want to do your due diligence and do your research on these people. Are they licensed? When's the last time they've helped somebody? Do they have a brick and mortar? Are they operating out of their living room? Do they have a P.O. box? Who else have you helped? These are all questions I wish I would have asked myself and the people that I chose to work with along my journey. I got into the mortgage business about 2010. I didn't know much about it. A couple of people said, Damon, I think you'll be great at it. You can use your teaching skills to teach people how to get their mortgages, how to keep their homes. So that's what I did. I started off doing appraisals, AVMs, taxes, the disclosure process, kind of more the front end with your paperwork as people were submitting their 1003 applications to get the home process going. Then I moved on to the marketing department where we did videos, contests, parties, and things of that such. I also went onto the training team, which was a great experience for me because I was able to use my teaching skills in order to teach people some processes that our company was unrolling. What I thought to do next was, since I'm going to be in this business, I might as well get all I can out of it. So I went back and got my real estate license. The license was difficult to obtain, but I knew if I had that, it would be something that would be mine forever, and it would help me with my current position. So I went to school for maybe about a week or so, got my license, got done with that, signed up with a broker, was able to start doing open houses, and along the way, I fell in love with it. So hopefully you'll fall in love with this process along with me, and we'll be able to do great things together. You may be wondering who I'm going to have on the show and how do you get on. I'm going to invite a litany of people on and ask them some tough questions about neighborhoods that they live in and where they want to go. For example, Ferndale is really hot right now, and people are picking it just off of the name alone. Do you know the latest test scores from Ferndale schools? Do you know who the mayor is? Do you know what local attractions they have that aren't on Main Street? These are the tough questions you're going to have to ask yourself before you move to these communities. Have you done any of the research? Do you know the real home value? Or are you just looking on the local realtor sites whose estimates are often wrong anyway? And while I'm on the topic of realtor sites, please, I implore you, stay off of them when you're in a serious home search. They don't give correct home values. I visited those sites with my clients who want to see those houses, and sometimes they don't even exist. Or it's just a picture of a model, and it isn't there either. I want you to really do some investigating about these neighborhoods. It may be overcrowded. There may only be one high school. There may be a split high school of junior high that's turned into a high school. Michigan is a great place to live, but you just have to do your research. I want to have people on that are going to benefit you and upgrade you because I don't have all the answers. You need a team of people around you who are there to lift you up and build you up at the same time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have on some people who specialize in taxes, appraisers, decorators, videographers, and such. So that way you can get a general idea of what's going on. You also definitely want to know the city's makeup that you're moving to. Is it diverse? Is it, an older population? Is it full of millennials? That's going to determine whether you want to move there or not. You also want to do some investigating about the tax base. Are there taxes based off of businesses? Are there taxes based off of the schools? Are there taxes based off of home values? Because I didn't know, and it was really interesting to me, that when you move into a house and you think the taxes are really cheap, they aren't. They go by the date that you move in. It's called homestead. That's kind of your first homework assignment. I want you to find out what your taxes really are. Do you know? Are they spring taxes? Are they winter taxes? Are your taxes up to date? You wouldn't believe the amount of clients that call me who don't know what their taxes are. They have to call to the county and they're sort of embarrassed to find out that they have a tax bill that they didn't know anything about. Don't let this happen to you. I'm not going to let this happen to you, but I'm going to hold you accountable as well. Find out what's going on in the home that you have now, and I'll be here to help you out. On Open House, I'm going to have some fun with you guys as well. It's not always going to be so serious. I'm going to give you tips, tricks to let you enjoy the home that you're in now. Your home is supposed to be a place of relaxation and rest. You don't have to come home, throw your bag down, flop on the couch, and start flipping and roll. You can enjoy your home as well. One tip that I want to give you, I learned from the internet, which was great. I often don't like cleaning my tub out. I don't like to bend it over and the spraying. It just seems to get to be too much. So I thought there has to be a way to clean this tub out that gets it really clean without me taking 10 to 15 minutes to do this. I did a little research, and what I found out was if you use the blue dishwashing liquid and a little bit of ammonia in the spray bottle, you mix it up, you spray it inside your tub, leave it there for about 10 minutes. But while you're leaving it there, you're gonna have to have those windows open because the aroma was stronger than what I was prepared for. So leave all the windows open. Even if you think it's not enough air circulating, leave all those windows open. I don't want anybody passing out. So you come back, and I was like, I don't know if this worked or not. So I opened the door and I looked like, is my tub gonna still be there? Lo and behold, I ran the water. I got my little sponge, not even the hard, scrubby side, the soft side, zoop, it was gone. That tub looked better than when I had moved in. I was like, oh my God, and what did I do after that? I went right to the store and bought me some bath salts. Because I said, I'm not taking a shower tonight, I'm taking a bath. I'll be bringing you those types of tips and tricks that'll help you out. Your home is meant to be your castle, and I'm going to help make it so. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Open House. This will be a very special one. I hope it has been for you as well. If you need my help or any assistance, please be sure to reach out to me. I'm at damonjohnson100@gmail.com. And guess what? I'm in my beautiful listing in Bloomfield Hills now. This house could be yours if you reach out to me and let me know what your needs are. Here's hoping that your open house will close soon. Bye-bye now.